My beautiful people, all is right and good in your lives, and if it is not, it has to change for you rapidly. So this is just a very quick, it's actually an apology. So I had one of my videos pulled from a site, well, from a group this morning, and one of the reasons that it was pulled, just was that on? I was just seeing if I could rotate it to get the so I can see if there are any comments. Um, yeah, yeah, this is an apology. So the reason that the video was pulled from a specific group was for two reasons. One, because somebody believes that I share too much of my personal life in my videos and my card readings and my astrology. And the other was that I swear too much. Now, for those of you that know me and that have been with me from the start, you know I never edit my videos. I say what I feel in the moment because I believe that comes from the divine spark of intuition within me. I open myself up to the universe to bring through the highest information. Unfortunately, I'm still just a human being, and sometimes I have a potty mouth, and I really apologise for that. Like I said, I never ever want to offend anybody. That's not what I'm here for. I'm about building people up. I'm about raising people up. I'm about raising the mass consciousness and ensuring um, our continual and what's the word? Our continual uh, mass evolution towards being more spiritually aligned, more caring towards each other and one another. So as I said, this it's a very short video. When I read cards and delve into the arts that are tarot and astrology, there is some prediction in the art for sure, but it's not necessarily about that. One of the things that I've always believed, and I always said that I would go into this in a separate video, and I will, that one of the reasons I don't read reversed cards is because when the tarot has something to tell you, even if it's a challenging message, trying to get out of this positive, negative stuff, um, thank you very much, Lisa. When yeah, I don't read reverse cards because when tarot has a message that is challenging, it doesn't need to come from a reverse card. You all know that the Tower card is not one that everybody likes to see. You all know that the Death card is not something that everybody likes to see. The reason being is because they represent challenging experience. So that's why I don't read reversed cards. There's no need. The tarot is a complete system in and of itself, in my personal belief and understanding. And I was taught by two tarot queens. One who is called a tarot queen of London, Tiffany Jane Crisara. Go and check her out. She's a beautiful, wonderful soul. And the other is Lydie Angeles, who I believe resides in Australia still. They are two tarot queens, and both of them taught me, and both of them nurtured my gift for reading tarot, and I will forever be grateful for them. And that is the reason, especially because Lai stressed to me that you do not read reversed cards. There's no need. The tarot will give you every piece of information that it needs to give you, whether it's challenging or whether it's a blessing. So that's reversed cards. The other thing is that I wanted to go into, and I said I'd do a separate video about, but is I've kind of lost my train of thought now, but when I was talking about prophecy and profanity, and like I said, I apologize if I have ever offended anybody with my language. I do not edit my videos. I swear, I blow my nose, I cough, I sneeze. I get a really itchy nose sometimes, as all of you know. Especially when the pertinent messages seem to come through. But as I said, it's never been about that, and I can't stress enough. It's not about devolution for me. It's about building people up and providing a framework for them to understand. That brings me back to my other point after I digressed. When we talk about prediction, we talk very much about pattern recognition. Human beings, just like the moon, are cyclical beings. We are cyclical beings. The moon waxes to full and it wanes to new. You know, it goes through that ebb and flow of energy and connection. Uh, the human hair growth cycle is linked closely to the moon. You bleed more if there's a full moon, all kinds of things like that. Police officers, bouncers at clubs, you know, people that work in hospitals, all of that stuff, they're all fully aware that around the time of a full moon, human beings and their emotions tend to be a little bit more heightened. And so what I'm talking about here is in terms of prophecy, we precognate. That's what we do as tarot readers. We precognate what is the likely outcome for a person's pattern. And when you know the cards enough and you trust your own intuition enough, you are able to, in effect, predict a likely outcome. But it's not about, you know, I believe that when you prophesy the future, it comes through a dream. You know, when you dream the future, that's you predicting something, because there's no other medium involved. When you're talking about reading cards, you know the images, you know the experiences, you know the understanding of them, and you feel through your intuition somebody's pattern. And when you can tap into that pattern and you can hear the cards and what they're speaking to you, that's when you get a really clear understanding and an idea of what is probably likely to take place for somebody. You know, one of the things that we talk about as well for insurance purposes, we're not doctors, we're not, you know, medical professionals, we're not legal professionals. We can't give that kind of advice. We can. Thank you, Nella, so much. Yeah, it made me really sad, to be honest, because, you know, I'm not, like I said, I'm all about building people up. I really am, and I do what I do because I love it and because I'm genuinely trying to add my own unique thread to the universal tapestry. You know, I'm trying to do what I feel like I was meant to do with my life, and you know, all the challenges that brought me to the point that I'm at today. So yeah, that's a little word on prophecy and prediction, and what it might mean and might not, and how I kind of see it. Um, I've always said it's like 50% of it is your reading and your knowledge of the cards. The other 50% is your intuition. It fills in the gaps. It fills in the things that you just can't know, that the cards aren't able to tell you. Um, as for the profanity, like I said, I'm a human being. I am a guy. I can be quite not aggressive. I can be quite yeah, let's just say I have a potty mouth, and I very often say what I think and say what I feel. And one of the reasons I use a lot of examples from my personal life, it's not to talk about me, it's because I believe we give the best advice that we are able to give in life to other people is when it comes from a place of true understanding. When you say to somebody, hi Amy, when you say to somebody, oh, you know, da 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 da, the textbook answer, that lacks finesse as far as I'm concerned, and it also lacks emotion. When you can say to somebody, I know how you feel because you're speaking from direct personal experience, that's when I believe you are truly trying to help somebody and you're truly offering them the best, because it's coming from a place of true understanding and true empathy, not just because you read it in a book and that's what the textbook answer is. I'm sorry, but that doesn't help anybody, in my personal opinion. Um, and there I go again, doing it again, you know, personal, me. I'm trying to get out of this, but Mars is retrograde in Aquarius, so struggling a little bit. But yeah, thank you so much for all of you that are saying that, you know, I don't need to apologize and stuff, and it, I get that, and I know a lot of you resonate with my work, and I'm truly humbled for it. I can't even believe every morning I wake up, I see my sub count, and I'm like, wow, like all of these people, it's crazy. Um, but if I am to continue, I think I will be maybe not including so much of my own stuff, and maybe finding other ways to express what it is that I feel, and to speak about um, what. Thank you. No, I don't think I'll be starting to mince my words at all. I think I'll still be straightforward talking. I think it's just there are a lot of people that do what I do and they do it so well, and they don't need to swear. So maybe it's something that I need to look at, and reflect upon within myself and within my practice and my sphere. And that, for me, is an opportunity to evolve. And I choose and I intend to take that, so that when I say that I try to channel the purest messages for all people, that is exactly what's coming through. Um, I will be going live on the 20th of July, because that's going to be the midpoint between the first two. The mid two, it'll be the midpoint between the first two eclipses that we're about to have. So please, if you are around and you have time, I love all of you too so much. You are wonderful, wonderful people, and your support and your continued support is just beautiful. And thank you for being my community, and thank you for being a part of Radiant Reality. Have an amazing. Remember, the 20th of July, we'll be going live that evening, because we'll be at the midpoint between the first two. Um, it's true, Grey Witch. You know, sometimes when you're in the moment, you just get fired up, and it's the same thing with the astrology and the numerology for me. And sometimes it just comes flying out. Anyway, an amazing, beautiful, and blessed Sunday for all of you very soon on the 20th of July.